Hi, this is Yvette again, coming to you today to talk to you about lesson 5. So lesson 4 was on diet and exercise and how that's part of the equation to help make you healthy. It's not the entire equation. That if you want the entire equation, you really need to think a little bit about how you can live in and with the rhythms of Ayurveda. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about something different, and that's going to be a little bit about how I used to take a band-aid approach to healing. And I would try and implement a lot of changes on my own, kind of taking a band-aid approach, maybe investing a little bit in this workshop or in this course or this supplement, for example. And, for a time it would work, and sometimes the progress would kind of go by the wayside. But sometimes when I didn't set out everything or that I wanted to do, I would allow that critical voice to enter my mind and say, "You're just not good enough. You're not worthy. And why can't I do better?" And so I did a lot of that just because it helped me save money. And I was hoping to get the same results. And I don't know, does that sound a little bit like you? Because I know from my experience that putting band-aids here and there can really sometimes just make it harder to get where we want to be, because you might be trying to recreate a version of what is already out there and existing. And usually there is not only a financial cost in the pre-made version, but there's also a higher time investment as well. And so sometimes that means your results can be slower to attain. Not always, but sometimes. And it's not always as good as investing in the genuine version of what it is that you're trying to get. And we all know that in the end, band-aids don't always stick very long, right? So lesson 5 is get rid of the band-aids and invest in a coach or mentor. And so just hear me out for a moment, because I know that I was the queen of taking this supplement or doing this solution or trying this diet. And I know when I went to make that investment, I would get that anxious feeling in my tummy about all of these what if scenarios. But I think really at the root of some of that and this feeling of anxiety was this lack of trust and a desire to control. And what I realized at the end, at the bottom of this belief is it was really, I think, keeping me small, feeling unsupported, and that I wasn't good enough to make this investment in myself. But I have to say that hiring a coach will definitively empower you to get you the results that you really, truly desire. Because a coach has lived the journey. A coach has really walked that path and should have a system that'll get you to your results faster. And the difference really is the piece about accountability and support. And that's the piece between you and what you really desire. Now, I think investing in a coach and having a community, this is where the magic really begins. So I know that when I hired a coach and I joined a community, my life began to sparkle and things began to change in ways that they never had before. Real possibilities evolved personally and professionally. And I made some really great friends, and had the support of a really amazing mentor and mentors. And I really began to show up in a different way for me, for my friends, and for my family. In a way that I had a lot more energy and vitality and purpose. And the truth is, I continue to invest in the same way for myself, because I know that I'm getting the results that I want. And because I always coming to life with a beginner's mindset, always wanting to learn something new. And so, yes, I continue to sometimes have that feeling of that uneasiness in my stomach when I begin to invest in myself, because I know that if I make that financial stretch, that it's helping me to create maps in my evolution, right? And I'm no longer afraid to invest in myself. I love being coached. I love learning and I love evolving. So honestly, I don't know what I would do without coaches and community, because I know that I wouldn't be where I am right now, or I won't be able to get where I want to be without them. I think it's ever evolving to have this around me. So I look to, I'm grateful that there is a virtual world and that I can be coached anytime, anywhere. And that's a beauty too. So think about what it would be like to take that band-aid off. Think about what it would be like to evolve into someone who really invests in herself and have someone that's really holding you accountable and has your back. And just take a moment right now and feel into this. And let me know below how this feels for you.